Welcome to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and today is a very exciting day that I know that a lot of us were waiting for. And I'm not talking about ships now. Ships was so yesterday. Today is a whole new thing that just came out. If you felt overwhelmed with ships, now there's another thing to add on top of your plate to get you excited, to get you worried that you weren't prepared for, and that is Boba Fett. For months, we've been saying, when is Boba Fett going to get reworked? He doesn't even use his carbine blaster. So today is when we're going to finally see that in action with this amazing rework, or at least what looks to be an amazing rework. And there's also a lot of other big news, such as Zeta mats. They finally listed about 13 characters who can use Zeta mats. We'll look at a couple of them, what this Zeta mat upgrade is going to look like for some of the characters. And then there's also some other big news. As you guys know, I have a birthday coming up, got some birthday crystals, and I'm just slowly farming bays from shipments. Well, just recently, they are now doing this thing where you can get them from the shard shop. Oh, and I actually have some excess currency. Let's go ahead and convert that. So now you can get bays Malboost for however long, we don't know when, but you can get bays Malboost in the shard shop. So I got a ton of shard shop currency from the ships intro. As you know, you get a lot of Mace Windu, a lot of Grand Moff Tarkin, and a lot of Admiral Akbar shards. You get 80 for each of them, and I already have all of them, the 7 stars beforehand. So this will really help me out. My goal is to try to unlock Baze Malboost. He's absolutely amazing. He's the first character I am ever changing my crystal habits for to go ahead and farm him in shipments. So I'm cutting down on energy refreshes just to get him, and this will help me a lot. I also have a ton of Galactic War currency that I will also be burning for this Baze Malboost as well. So let's go ahead and check the inbox. Let's go ahead and check some of this stuff out. And here's the update for the Boba Fett rework. And I was actually just slightly bummed because just before the client restart, I was trying to record some before gameplay of Boba Fett, and I wanted to compare it to the after. Unfortunately, we are only seeing the after, but I know many of us know how bad Boba Fett was, so it won't be too surprising to see how he was in the past. And so we're going to see all that in action. I got my squad arena rewards. I haven't played today, but hey, number 5, I'll take that any day for not participating. Droids are just so good in arena if you know how to work them right. And a lot of 1-year anniversary surprises for us as well. Whoa, 1,000 crystals. Man, someone must have felt generous over there. That's a really great gift. 1,000 crystals, 5 Omega Mats. Oh, wait. 1,000 crystals. That's nothing. We got 3 Chewbacca shards. That is what I'm talking about. That is my favorite thing. I always, anytime the game is down, I always joke around with my guild and friends that Chewbacca shards are coming. I'll go ahead and post the meme up here that I always share. So that's great. 1,000 crystals. And what else we got here? And we got 500,000 credits. Hey, you know, 500,000 credits is definitely nice. So that nice little message. I'm pretty sure you guys can read that yourself. Pretty much just probably saying thank you for supporting the game. So let's go ahead and claim that. And let's go ahead and get to the star of our show here, Boba Fett. Now, a long time ago, probably back in July when I first started making farming videos, I told you guys back then is, Boba Fett, he's really bad now, but he might be good in the future. That's one thing to consider, is the possibility of reworks happening. And when I think of reworked characters, I think of some pretty important ones like Mace Windu, Anakin Skywalker, and Boba Fett. And it finally happened. And I've been prepared with a 7-star Boba Fett Gear 9 for a very long time, and we'll see how it pays off. I can't get him any higher. I need some of these lovely holo projectors. Those are always fun to farm. More of those holo projectors. Need some of these Carbonti sensor arrays, and I need also some random pieces here. So probably not going to get him up to Gear 10 in this video, but Gear 9 is still fun to play around with. We'll go ahead, put some mods on him, and see how he is. Let's go ahead and check out these abilities real quick. So the EE3 carbine, so his basic attack that can finally shoot his gun. He deals physical damage to the target enemy with a 50% chance, doubled against scoundrels, to attack again. And each attack has a 70% chance to inflict damage over time for 2 turns. Awesome. So, and that's pretty much almost maxed out. The Omega ability does plus 15% damage. I'm not going to invest just yet into that. I don't know if it's worth it. We'll find out. Death from above. Awesome. They changed the little stickers on here too, or the little icons. So you deal physical damage to all enemies with an 80% chance to inflict ability block for 1 turn and a 50% chance to inflict damage over time for 2 turns. So we were used to the ability block, and the Omega version, this is nice. Very like, I think TIE Fighter Pilot has a similar thing. you ability block the selected target for 2 turns. So that's nice. You can go ahead and if you point, let's say at Stormtrooper Han, he will not be able to taunt or use his ability for 2 turns. So that's powerful. That I might actually upgrade to eventually. Another one here. Execute. Deal physical damage to target enemy and dispel all status effects on them. So this is the dispel we talked about. And then you deal 30% more damage for each effect dispelled, and then enemies defeated by this ability cannot be revived. So we talked about this a little bit, and the Omega looks kind of nice. The cooldown is reduced by 1, reduce all cooldowns by 1 on a finishing blow, and it cannot be evaded. I love those attacks that can't be evaded, because the worst thing in the world is you get this awesome ability and it just gets evaded, like Darth Vader's Culling Blade, one of my biggest concerns I had in my Darth Vader review. So all allies gain, they gain the 50% critical damage still, nothing new there. Now here comes the interesting stuff. Bounty Hunter allies gain 15 speed for each debuffed enemy, and then they gain a max health equal to 50% of the total potency of all Bounty Hunter allies, and then they gain 15% turn meter when a thermal detonator explodes. And on top of that, if you Omega it, it's plus 10% critical chance. So let me back up for a second. So Bounty Hunter allies gain 15 speed for each debuffed enemy. So let's see, so that's gonna be 60, 70, no, 75 speed. Yeah, 15 times 4 is 60, right? Plus 15, that's 75 speed. You can get 75 speed technically if all 5 enemies are debuffed. And then you get 50% max health equal to the total potency of all the bounty hunters, and then 15% turn meter when a thermal detonator explodes. So this sounds like Zam Wessel and maybe Jawa Scavenger, maybe not Scavenger, Jawa Engineer. They might be somewhat useful. That's pretty crazy. That's interesting as well. And lastly, Bounty Hunters Resolve. So this is that interesting new buff that we just heard of. So at the start of the battle, and whenever he defeats an enemy, Boba Fett gains Bounty Hunter's Resolve until he is defeated. And then the Bounty Hunter's Resolve, as we learned earlier, it ignores taunts during his turn, and when defeated, he is revived at 100% health, and this buff cannot be dispelled. And would you look at this, we have our first Zeta Mat intro. So this purple thing right here, those are your Zeta Mats, very valuable. And as you notice, you only can get them in fleet arena or a fleet-based or ships-based events. So that's why people are asking, do I have to do ships? If you want these awesome upgrades to these abilities, then the answer is yeah. And for example, for Boba Fett, he recovers 100% protection on a finishing blow. Now that's kind of crazy. So if he's, let's say he dies, he gets revived at 100% health, takes someone out, then he gains 100% protection on a finishing blow. He essentially acted like he never died. Now that's very Boba Fett like, way better than before where he would just revive and that's it. He would just revive at like 5% health or something. This is a lot better, much like how Boba Fett was in the movies. But enough talk, let's go ahead. You know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and max him out to 84. I don't care, 1 million credits. I don't spend that many credits in this game. I kind of save them. But let's go ahead and level him up to 84. And I don't know exactly what mods to put on him. What is he categorized? I feel like he's an attacker. He's an attacker now. So before he was a tank, even though he wasn't a tank, like no one used him for tank stuff. Now he's an attacker, so maybe he has good damage. Let me see if I have any critical damage mods. So with mods right now at gear 9, we have awfully low on health and protection. Again, again, I didn't level him up or gear him up enough. So 13,000 health, 13,000 protection. Oh, the speed, his base speed is 135 and now it's 167 with mods, and that's before even considering his leader ability he has. Critical damage, potency's at 23%. All right, let's go ahead and confirm this. And what better way to do this than to go ahead, do we have another notification? Oh, that's for Boba Fett. Let's go ahead and do everyone's favorite scoundrel event. We're gonna do the training droid heist. So let's go ahead and take that. Bounty Hunters, all right. Oh yeah, and I believe they added the Bounty Hunter tag. So if you notice, you still have the Scoundrel tag, and then Bounty Hunter is a sub tag of that. So they fall under the same umbrella, but now they're making it a bit more specific. And characters like IG-88, Dengar, Cad Bane, they are now known as Bounty Hunters. So going back, let's see, let's put Dengar in there. Yeah, let's keep Han Solo in there. Yeah, you know what, let's just leave it the way it is. I just want to get right into this. So here we go. This is exciting. I've been waiting since day one of playing this game for Boba Fett being a much better character, and now he might be good. And if you notice, here we go. That's the new buff. It looks pretty cool. I definitely like that. It's got the little bounty hunter tag on there. All right, cool. So we're gonna get a little beating. Only people modded are Boba Fett. Yeah, everyone's modded except Han Solo. So let's see what we got here. What do we want to use first? So that's the one that he can attack twice against scoundrels. Death from above. Let's try this. Let's go ahead and do this. All right, so the animations are the same for that, but totally different. We got a lot of ability blocks off there. Let's go ahead and clean them up. Whoa, big attack. Look at that. Plus 50% critical damage. IG-88's AoE just did 16,000 per character. Now that's pretty crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. We'll stun, get a taunt in here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just go ahead and throw these in. All right, nice. We got a lot of tenacity down. All right, what's this? Deal physical damage to target enemy, dispel all status effects, deal 30% more damage for each effect dispelled. You know what? Let's just go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and just use his blaster finally. We got one and okay, cool. 8,217. That's not too bad. Not too shabby at all. All right, we got him out. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Come on, we got to get to some better stuff here. I am super impressed by IG-88's AoE. 16,000. Before he would do like 9,000 behind someone like HK-47. Now that's pretty insane though. All right, cool. We're done with that. Let's move on to the last battle here and get our hard-earned training droids. So let's go ahead and stun. I always stun this guy that I'm going for, the Pirate Enforcer, because I try to minimize the AoE that they're trying to get on me. So let's go ahead and use this guy. Deal physical damage. Yeah, so we have no status effects to dispel, but I just want to see how this is. Whoa, 20,000 damage. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Gear 9. Gear 9, not Gear 11. Gear 9. That is pretty insane. Wow. And the animations were the same, but that doesn't matter. I was fine with the animations. I just needed to see something better on him. Wow, that surprised me. I was expecting maybe 10,000, something like that, but wow, that's crazy. Let's go ahead and do our death from above once more. Yeah, and I can feel the difference of Boba Fett. This is a lot better than before. I can see this possibly being a good lead in Arena now. Before, the last time I ever seen him used was during the Darth Sidious meta, and now this is actually very good. So let's go ahead and quickly get this done with. Wow, I'm just still really surprised. That's some pretty powerful stuff. I could see IG-88 and Boba Fett being some real besties here. All right, come on. Yeah, see, these AoEs, Han Solo's having a hard time over there. He's kind of low on the mods, and we should be done. Oh, Boba Fett's going to get the last punch. Boom! 8,553 on a critical damage hit. So that wasn't too bad. So far, I'm very impressed. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next step here. So after doing that whole training droid event, I want to do at least one more thing with Boba Fett just to kind of get a better picture. So what I'm actually going to do is let's go ahead and do the AAT raid. And no, I still have yet to do a heroic raid. We're working our way up there. What we're doing right now is still the normal the normal version of the tank down raid. So let's go ahead and just put a quick squad together of Boba Fett. So I don't know. Let's go ahead. Where is Boba Fett? There you are, buddy. So we'll put Boba Fett as the lead because he's the highlight for today. IG-88 because I was super impressed by that by that one ability we saw. And we'll put IG-86 in. And this isn't like your dream team phase 1 squad. I'm just kind of playing around here. Let's see, who else should we toss in here? I'm having a hard time deciding. Cad Bane's way too under geared right now. Let's toss in Dengar just for the heck of it. Get some scoundrels in there. And lastly, I'm just going to go ahead and toss in, I don't know, let's go ahead and toss in Stormtrooper Han. Can't think of anything better right now. I just want to see our bounty hunters in action here. And I wish they would make IG-86 at least a scoundrel. For sure he's a scoundrel. It doesn't have to be a bounty hunter. If you watch the Clone Wars, I talked about this before, but IG-86 was seen in a lot of scoundrel type scenarios here. So, all right, let's go ahead and see if Boba Fett can get some work done here. All right, and here we go. All right, I'll enjoy crushing you. Well, likewise. So, all right, here we go, and we're just gonna go ahead and just dump all of our damage onto General Grievous here. So let's go ahead and get this in there. All right, I was hoping we could ability block the B2 Super Battle Droid. He's getting his laugh in, and here comes the onslaught. Oh boy, this is crazy. All right, come on, get some ability block in there. Still nothing. All right, we got to get that B2 Super Battle Droid out of here. I was hoping we didn't have to, but we're kind of forced to right now. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, I'm almost done of getting Dengar all the way to 7 stars. It's just the whole guild shipments. It's so random on how all this stuff happens. So as you notice, awesome. I was hoping we can get this. Boba Fett can attack anyone, despite the fact there are 2 taunts on the field. Now that is crazy. I feel like this is some weird hacker glitch, but no, this is Boba Fett. He can go around all these characters. So let's go ahead and keep working on the B2 Super Battle Droid. Let's get him out of there. Nice hit. And oh, we have to go for the other taunt. I was hoping we can get the B2 Super Battle Droid out of here. All right, let's get some Dengar action in there. Awesome. We got a couple tenacity downs up there. And Han Solo taking, or Stormtrooper Han taking a beating. All right, come on. I want to get that B2 out of here. He's super annoying in this phase. People say phase 3 is the hardest. Yeah, phase 3 is definitely hard, but I find phase 1 the most annoying. I at least have a little bit of fun when playing phase 3 because I just toss in all my Jawas, get a quick 900,000, 1 million, versus phase 1. I find it so aggravating. All these debuffs and the constant relentless barrage from the B2 Super Battle Droid. So I personally find that phase 1's the worst in my opinion. Then phase 2 is the money round. Phase 4 is definitely a good money round as well if you play right. And see, this is why another reason why I hate phase 1. They constantly revive the B2 Super Battle Droid, and it gets very annoying after a while. So let's go ahead and just try to get the B2 Super Battle Droid out. And we got dodged. Oh, come on. Get a couple critical hits in. There we go. 13,000 damage from IG-86. And, you know, we might just have to target all of our damage onto General Grievous because this is not going too well. There we go. All right. Get a couple of hits on here. Get our AoE going. Oh, not even a 1 critical hit on that. That's so unlike my IG-88. That's quite rare. So there we go. We got a couple of good attacks. And we got a double from Boba Fett. So we got to see a nice double. So when I was testing him out during my intermission on the Rancor, he got quite a good number of hits with that primary ability. So let's go ahead and try our death from above again. There we go. We got ability block on the B2 Super Battle Droid. So that's really, really great. So overall, though, oh, here we go. Boba Fett's going to die, and he comes back to life with 100%. This is exactly why I wanted to do the AAT raid, because a lot of mechanics happen. It's very likely your character will die. So we're kind of able to test out all of Boba Fett's new abilities here. So there we go. Got a nice hit from Dengar. General Grievous is really not liking Boba Fett. He's kind of giving him a little smack and dab there. All right, let's go ahead and use this now. Now we're going to dispel all status effects, and then we do 30% more damage for each effect dispelled. So there's only one, and let's see how much damage we're going to do. 10,000 on a non-critical hit. So that's not too bad. On a critical hit, that would do a lot more. So let's go ahead and finish. I don't know. Let's get just this guy out of here. This is a very bad strategy round. And the Magna Guards, they taunted again. But guess what? Boba Fett. What? What are you doing, Boba Fett? You're supposed to go around. What are you doing? Now it won't let me go around. It keeps telling me I have to attack him. Let me see here. Oh, that's because we don't have our Mandalorian or Bounty Hunter's Resolve. I'm sorry. So because he died, he lost the Bounty Hunter's Resolve, and now we have to defeat someone in order to gain it back. So that makes sense. So not a bug. Totally working as intended. So let's see if we can try to get the... Oh, and I don't know if we're going to make it that far. And he's taking Boba Fett out. Come on, Grievous. That's unfortunate. Well, let's go ahead and autoplay the rest of this. So what we're going to do once I finally epically lose against General Grievous here in our little Boba Fett test demo is we're just going to go ahead, check a couple of those new Zeta Mat abilities on those characters, and we'll just kind of wrap it up there. But overall, I am super happy to see that Boba Fett got a rework. It's definitely nice. Once I'm going to focus on gearing him up so we can do a nice in-depth review, but by far, right away, a lot better than before. So this is probably going to be marked up as a good rework, unlike some prior reworks like Mace Windu wasn't all that amazing. So there goes Dengar. Dengar is out for the count, and Boba Fett did the most damage at 42,000. Again, I wasn't really trying that hard. I just wanted to get some good ideas of how Boba Fett's ability worked. We saw how he can get around taunts. We saw how when he dies, he comes back to life, but he loses the Bounty Hunter's Resolve, and then he couldn't avoid the taunts anymore. We got ability blocks in there, so I say that was at least decent to showcase what he's like there. So let's just go ahead and check out these Zeta Mat abilities. There's a couple I'm curious about. Let's check out Qui-Gon Jinn. Let's check out that leader ability. I remember when, before they changed his leader ability, they originally wanted it where the max lets you give speed up to all characters, not just Jedi, and they quickly made sure that didn't happen. So we get an additional +5 speed, and then Jedi allies gain offense equal to 3 times their speed. Holy cow. And then they gain foresight for 2 turns, and at the start of each encounter and whenever any unit is defeated. So they're really using this whole at the start of each encounter type of thing. So this could be quite good too. You get 5 more speed, which is always great for Jedi, and then the offense. So this is addressing their lack of offense. They're multiplying it by 3 times their speed. So that could be quite deadly. We'll have to see how that pans out. And let's find one more character. Let's look at Darth Vader. So this is just a sample of all of them. I'm not going to go through every single character, but I'm just going through some popular ones that I think will be interesting to see. So the leader ability, which was so lackluster in the past, it just increased already low damage for Empire characters, so it's just a little better. Now let's see what we got. So now we have a plus 25% turn meter reduction chance. Then plus 25 turn meter reduction chance, which reduces a plus 10% turn meter reduction. So in total, you remove 20% turn meter. And then enemies immediately regain damage over time for 2 turns whenever damage over time expires on them while Darth Vader is alive. So I'm guessing that means when Darth Vader applies damage over time with his Force Crush, or some other character does, then all of a sudden after it expires, it just happens again. So it seems like it's non-stop damage over time. So that could be interesting. You only can use this when you have him as a leader, not when he's with Palpatine as a leader. So this could change it. Maybe Emperor Palpatine won't be as good of a leader now, but I still think, just from reading this, that Palpatine might be the king of all Empire leaders. But we'll see. This is definitely much better than what it used to be before, which was just 30% offense and a 25% chance to remove 10% turn meter. Now Empire characters will have more chances to reduce more turn meter, and the damage over time is definitely an interesting ability that can definitely make Culling Blade a lot better. So there you have it, guys. We talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about Baze Malbus being in the shard shop for temporarily. So if you're someone like me who has a ton of Galactic War currency, go ahead and maybe use that in the shard shop. That's what I'm doing. He's a great character. And we also have all these Zeta Man abilities, and of course the Boba Fett rework. I am super impressed by it. I'm excited to see that almost a year of playing, he's finally going to be probably useful. That plus 50% critical damage with all those speed bonuses and health, max health bonuses are going to be fantastic. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about Boba Fett. Are you going to use him? Are you excited he's finally used? We'll talk again later, my friends. But as always, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe, and we'll talk again soon. Peace out.